A tree wrapped a spinning fire. The NFT analyzer, diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From Memecoins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 wizardry to show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. While stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures grow. Web3 wonders, chain reactors on the sea.
Hey, Mega GMs, guys. Happy Tuesday to you. It is tax day. It is tax day, boys. Hope you took care of business. Man, we know. I don't mean to pick on this dude, but we know someone who did not. And his world's about to change, man. All right, pay your taxes. Today's the day. And actually, it's pretty magical how the market's looking, considering it's tax day and leading up to tax day. How damn well crypto's looked and performed, and holy cow, we're ready. I think this is a rocket ship that's ready to take off. A little hopium at least, but it's what I think. Murray, good morning. Red Dollar, dude, I'm not going to get used to that name. It'll be a minute, but good to see you. Cats GMs, Drop King GMs. There we go. Hey, smash the like on the show wherever you're watching. On Abstract, on X, on YouTube, but man, definitely come over to the Abstract side for reasons. But on YouTube, if you're not watching over there, head over there real quick, hit the like on the show, but make sure you subscribe. If you can't catch the live shows, and trust me, there's a bunch of these shows you don't want to miss. You catch the replays over there. So get over to Crypto Slam over on YouTube and subscribe. Of course, follow us on X. It's Crypto Slam IO over there. SlamAI_XYZ. Click on the link. Check out the light paper. A lot of stuff cooking, and things are coming very, very soon, especially if we're talking about the Swarm, our flagship AI agent. Give him a follow, too. It's the Swarm_AI. In fact, have a spicy stream coming up for you guys this afternoon. Boy, that I'm excited for you. Lastly, you can follow me at Hudah_idiot over on X. Okay, not last thing. There's one more follow for you. This one's kind of new, but if you are watching on Abstract, well, even if you're not, go over there. You can now follow people on Abstract, which is awesome. I believe when I go live now, it's going to give you a notification if you're in the Abstract portal, which is really, really cool. And I know it lets you filter streams by people you follow as well. So head over there. You search my name, search Hudah. There's a filter there. You click users, it'll find me, click follow. And you guys drop your Abstract names in the chat too, so everybody can follow each other here. I think some of you guys are also streaming or have plans to get into streaming. Drop those names. We can all do a bit of supporting each other, which would be a blast. Again, head over to Abstract. We're going to continue rolling out the clipping campaign on on the Swarm Report, the afternoon show, by the way. So especially on the afternoon show, if you catch it live, make clips. We're going to send out Swarm rewards. And today's afternoon show, again, going to be a spicy one because guys, the Virtuals ACP is coming. The Virtuals team even tweeted out yesterday within the next 30 days. It's really, really close. Because our agent is in that first Swarm, the Autonomous Hedge Fund, we're going to get pretty loud about it. And so today on the afternoon show, we have the Loki team, one of their devs, will be on with me. We'll have Scott as well. I'm pretty darn sure, Scott, actually, if you're watching in the chat, give me a thumbs up or something. You're on the show too, I think. I think we got Scott from Crypto Slam here as well. I can't wait to get some, technical details. And, I'm going to hit these guys with those, I don't know, those maybe headier questions about where we're going, how this world's going to look when AI takes over. Do you need crypto for these agents? Those are the kind of things I'm super interested in, but I know you guys want to hear about what it's been like building out these swarms and what they're looking like and what people can expect. So this is a show you don't want to miss. 2 p.m. Eastern time today. All those same destinations. You can catch the live stream right over there. Again, if you miss it, You can catch it over on YouTube. And then finally, about on the AI, actually, no, there's a big AI story I got coming up next, but there's a lot of other AI agents that are part of these swarms that maybe people aren't familiar with. One of them right here, AI XVC, which is going to be the head of the hedge fund, the trading DAO. I am going to push to get them on this show too. In fact, I hope it's a regular show. Maybe once a week, maybe a few times a week. We're talking to the swarm builders. So AIXVC, keep your eyes out. They have a TGE coming soon. And also remember, Wakefinder has their TGE soon. Okay, this is a big story. And the last thing I'll mention about AI, but look, we talk about tariffs every day right now. We talk about the trade war. It's brutal, or I mean, maybe, is it? At this point, the market has mostly shrugged it off. It's noise. But the side effect of it, or maybe even the purpose of it, is things like this. Guys, this is huge. Yesterday, NVIDIA announcing a $500 billion investment here in the United States to build their AI infrastructure. That is huge. And that's really, oh, dude, hey, the switch in tab. Yeah, it's that extra step I got to take here now. Apologies for that, guys. There you go. $500 billion investment. This is really what these tariffs are trying to drive, along with this objective of the U.S. being the crypto capital of the world, and also it's going to be maybe a main destination for AI as well. So huge news. Should have you really excited about AI in general, but especially crypto AI. And then Donald Trump saying he's going to fast track these building permits for NVIDIA. So this stuff is not far down the road. I mean, it in a way, it's right here, right now. It's happening. So exciting stuff happening just everywhere. And I think the escalation we'll see here on the crypto side, it's imminent. Can't wait, guys. All right, let's take a look at the crypto market here. Get a feel for where we're at. Again, tax day, and normally you might expect maybe a bit of a sell-off. People selling their crypto to pay their taxes. We didn't really get it this year. Maybe you could say that's happened over the past couple of weeks, maybe, but this market has held up remarkably well. You see Bitcoin here, almost 86K. 86K. That's even after there was some talk of some backtracking on these tariff pauses or what would be excluded. There's still a lot of uncertainty out there, and yet Bitcoin is becoming a safe haven. Again, almost 86K. ETH over 1,600 here. Ripple 216. Solana 132. You could say it's a bit of a mixed bag today. I think that's fair. But again, all in all, holding up extremely well here. All right, let's look at the ETFs. I'm kind of shocked about our ETF volume here the past couple of days. I look, without going back the past year since these kicked off, this might be our slowest 2-day stretch we've seen volume-wise in the Bitcoin ETFs. 2 days ago, just $1 million outflows. And that day in particular, very little volume, 23 mil in total volume. It might be the lowest day we've had, period. And then yesterday, about 70 mil in vol, but 1.5 mil of net flows here. Again, really slow couple days. That's maybe where you're seeing the uncertainty in the market, but interesting at the very least. The ETH side, maybe not as much volume, but still very low there as well. Yesterday, 6 mil in outflows. Prior to, about 30 mil in outflows. Yeah, ETH is different than Bitcoin as far as the kind of attention and volume it sees, but yeah, another slow day over there. Solana ETFs. We'll get them here in the States. Those are coming. We'll get them this year. Canada, I think, might be beating us to it. Canada has a spot Solana ETF going live. I believe it's today. I believe it's actually today. Let me see. 16th, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow, the Solana ETF goes live in Canada. Really cool stuff. Again, we'll see Solana ETFs. We'll see Ripple ETFs. We'll see Dogecoin ETFs. Will we see like a Trump coin ETF? Probably. Probably. DGen, thank you over on Abstract. Appreciate the follow. And as best I can, if it shows me who's following, I'm going to go back and just follow everybody who follows here as well. So just a heads up about that. I think it should show me. Right? I think it'll show me. I'm going to peek here. I'm going to do this off screen. I think it'll show me my followers. If you follow, I follow right back. Yeah, actually, it looks like it does. Choina, I see you. Yeah, I can follow right back. So I'm going to start going through those. Maybe I'll pepper them in throughout the show, but certainly after, I'll go through and give everybody back a follow here. DGen, I got you here. Drop King, I see you. Appreciate you guys. It's probably good if you're farming XP over on Abstract. I imagine that's going to lead to some XP as well. Probably it's worth doing. Probably worth doing. Okay. Awful Eye, good to see you, man. Dude, I love all your WIPs you're sharing. Your art's looking really good, man. You've got a nice 1-1 up for auction as well, I believe, right? It's good stuff. Market volatility. It's there, right? As much as I'm saying things are holding up well, and they are, I mean, again, remarkably well, that volatility is still there. That said, Scott Bessent saying he thinks we have probably peaked here. The VIX is showing that. It's a volatility index showing that we may be past the most volatile period, maybe. Truth is, like I say, nobody knows. Nobody knows. If somebody knows, maybe it's him. Oh, there you go, man. I'll pull it up here shortly. Oh, really cool. Yeah, I'll pull up your work here in a bit. And we have a little bit of a cushion coming when it's needed. When it's needed, we do have some support coming, right? The buybacks, right? Our own government can buy back our bonds, yes. But there's the expectation that quantitative easing is coming. It's coming, and those buybacks aren't considered quantitative easing. We're going to get both. We're going to get the best of both worlds here. We will get the buybacks if we need. We'll get the easing. There's probably going to be some kind of stimmy somehow, some way, and that is the easing. But man, I've got that confidence. I've got it. I know where we're going, and I think everybody here does too. Short term, medium term, long term, and hey, I made that little bet on where I think we're going. And guys, it's because all the indicators out there. It's just too many things lining up showing how strong the demand for Bitcoin is. Bitwise shared some information here. Public companies holding Bitcoin. This is something that's just growing and growing and growing. Right now, there are 79 public companies traded here in the States that hold Bitcoin. Guys, these guys hold over 3% of the supply of Bitcoin now. 688,000 of the sweet Bitcoins worth $57 billion. Hang on a second. Isn't like 30-something billion of that MicroStrategies? Maybe even more than that. In fact, I even thought they were closer to like the 50 billion mark. Either way, a lot of companies holding Bitcoin. That number is going to grow exponentially. And I'm sorry, if it's 3% of the supply right now is already held by them, imagine what that looks like in 10 years. The supply of Bitcoin that's going to be in the hands of your average person, it's not much. Also, they're counting the whole supply of Bitcoin. And we know that there's a big chunk of Bitcoin that's never going to be in circulation ever. Lost Bitcoins, Satoshi's Bitcoins. We're talking like maybe around 15% of the entire supply is just gone. So that number 21 million total supply, it's true. But we might be closer to, I don't know, 15, 18 mil max that can ever be in circulation. Yeah, it's a really interesting game that's out there. What's up, Hoods? Good to see you. It's dude, it's really exciting how things are lining up, where it looks like we're heading. It's around the world though. It's around the world. People and companies are looking to acquire Bitcoin. Here you see it. This is Hong Kong Asia Holdings bought 10 Bitcoin. It's just a number that will keep growing and growing and growing. And that's not even counting states here that are looking to establish their Bitcoin strategic reserves, and our national Bitcoin strategic reserve that, by the way, will get funded. Will get funded. We will be buying more Bitcoin. In fact, I don't think we've ever bought any. We hold some. The United States government will be buying Bitcoin. Buying. It is so many things, guys. So many things lining up here that have me so confident about where this all goes. And I love the Bitwise guys, right? I just love them. Hunter Horsley, CEO of Bitwise, saying that by the end of 2025, people are going to be surprised by how many TradFi institutions have crypto products and offerings that we might not see right now today, but by the end of the year, we will. It's going to be this space. This might be one of the most radical years we have in crypto as far as this space looking completely different within such a short time frame. By the end of 2025, we will probably have the Stables Act and the Genius Act and other regulations, maybe even policy for the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve that reshape the crypto industry. By the end of the year, we're going to see some of these things rolled out to make us realize, oh boy, yeah, crypto's here. Crypto's here, man. Marty freaking McFly. Marty, what wizards? Taproot wizards? The wizards on Abstract? Unsanctioned wizards? What wizards? Abstract wizards kind of looking good. I mean, not kind of. They are looking good. I sold mine. Wish I didn't. Oh, no. Hang on. That's not true. I completely lied. I thought I sold mine. I even thought I signed a transaction to sell my wizard tokens. And then I looked at Abstract this morning and I didn't, or my browser froze, or the transaction didn't go through. I still got my wizard tokens. So there we go. Happy about that. It's looking good. Again, the Bitcoin, the Bitwise guys, I love them. I just love them. I love the takes. I agree with most of their takes. Matt Hogan's got a take on meme coins that I don't agree with. He's saying meme coins are dead, not coming back. No way. No chance. He's wrong about that. Right about his prediction about Bitcoin. I'm going to play just a clip of this, not the whole minute and a half or so. But price prediction, you see it here. You've heard him say it before, 1 million plus, right?
This because I know people who are watching are wondering this, that now that they've heard you say it. We hear these bold predictions for Bitcoin, like $1 million, $1.5 million. Now, if you take what you've just said, looking at the price of gold in comparison to Bitcoin and what that tells you about Bitcoin's future, when could we get to Bitcoin over $1 million?
Yeah, I think 5 to 10 years is about right. I think 1 or 2 more cycles.
Okay. I'll even stop it right there. Just right there. 5 to 10 years. And I'll tell you this. He's being pretty darn conservative there. He's being, I don't want to say logical. Yes, he's being logical there. 5 to 10 years. I think that's giving it a lot of padding because I think he thinks it's definitely in 5 to 10 years. But a little later on, he gives his a little more dialed in prediction here. Let me see if I can nail the time just right.
Value assets. So how long could it take? I think 5 or 10 years, right? Remember 10 years ago, where was Bitcoin right now? It was 2014. It was trading for a few $100s. Today, we're talking about $100,000. It's not that hard to imagine that in 10 years, it's easily at $1 million or more. I think it'll happen by 2029, but it could be anywhere around then.
All right, he's locked in his prediction. He thinks by 2029. He's talking about 4 to 5 years. He thinks so. So initially he said 5 to 10 years. He thinks it's a lot sooner than that. The Bitcoin over $1 million in 4 to 5 years. I agree. Now in this quick clip, he also mentions the reason why it's worth checking out. But just so again you have in your head where we're heading and how soon we're heading there, and you gotta remember it's not just arriving at that number and boom, we're there. It's the ride up to that number. And that's the time we want to be in this market. Even if you're not in Bitcoin, if you're in anything surrounding this market, you know how that plays out. You know what it feels like when Bitcoin is doing that parabolic thing and the vibes are, it's a different level. It's that euphoria. And you know how that trickles or works its way out into everything. And that's what a lot of us are here for. Not necessarily riding Bitcoin up. Yes, that too, for sure. I mean, that first and foremost. But when that happens, everything gets pulled up with it. And that's what a lot of us are here for. Now, U.S. government, again, will be buying Bitcoin. They will. Again, Matt pointed this out just a couple of weeks ago in the verbiage of that executive order to establish the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve said shall acquire more Bitcoin. And so here's Bo Hines talking about what that might look like, how much Bitcoin that the United States government is probably, trying to get. This is spicy, guys.
Do you have a personal goal for the number of Bitcoin that the United States could have? I've heard 1 million thrown out there as a nice big round number.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of different senators and other folks on the Hill talk about specific numbers, but I'd like it to be infinite. I want as much as we can possibly accumulate. And the reality is, I've told many people this, and especially journalists, is they say, well, is there an exact number? Well, no, not really, because that's like saying how much gold do you want as a country? Anything else with intrinsic stored value, you want as much as you can possibly accumulate, and that's no different with Bitcoin.
How about that? It's not a magic number. Cynthia Loomis is her proposal for what was it? 1 million Bitcoin, 200,000 a year for 5 years. But Bo Hines is saying there's no limit. There's no limit. Like, we want all the Bitcoin, all of it. Yeah. Exciting things are coming here. Exciting things. Better believe we're going to see that. We're going to see that play out, and we're going to be in it when it happens. And man, you could maybe see how that could even start as early as this year. Okay, Cynthia Loomis's plan, again, I just mentioned, it's 1 million Bitcoin over 5 years. It takes buy-in. It does. This is some type of legislation that actually has to be passed. There will be a big push to get this thing passed as soon as possible here. So these, like SEC roundtables and other public hearings and closed door ones as well, but these are, look, the purpose is to educate the public, yes. It's also to educate legislators. Right now, you got 7 congressmen, at least who endorse that plan. We need a lot more than 7. But guys, it's coming. It's coming. You feel it. It's just like, God, I'm about to do the tinfoil hat thing. It's like the alien disclosure thing, this slow trickle rollout, whatever. Maybe similar thing with Bitcoin as far as winning people over, but that'll happen a lot sooner. Exciting stuff. And guys, we're so fucking early. It's unbelievable. It's easy for us who've been here for a while to we've seen the growth and we've felt the growth. And it's easy for us to probably think that we're not so early anymore. You could think that. It's not true. And there's certain ways you can measure that, how early we are. Here's a great new stat that came out showing crypto lending. Crypto lending. It is one way you can measure this space. It's a utility on chain to measure, again, users, money in the space, whatever. Hit an all-time high in 2022, almost $35 billion in crypto loans. What is CeFi, guys? I read that this morning, and I still can't think through. Probably really stupid of me. CeFi. I can't think of what it was or is. But man, lending last year is down to 11.2 bill, 3 times lower than its peak. It is showing how early we are. 2022. You guys who were there, I think it's all the names I see here. We're there. We're in crypto. You felt it. It felt early in 2022. It did. And our crypto loans are down significantly for that. Centralized finance, is that it? That might be it. Centralized exchange finance? Yeah, that would make sense. That would make a ton of sense, yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. It's crazy to think we won't be right back where we were, but instead of that, actually like significantly higher. That's coming too. Man, we're early. I love to say it. I will say it all the time. We're early still. At one point we won't be, right? But here we are now. The conversation about crypto still on that upward trajectory here. Eric Trump talk. I love that. I do love that the Trumps are in. I do. Grifty and all, yeah. But I love that they're in because at the very Grifty again, yes. But I know they get crypto. I know they get it. I know he gets it. Again, I'm not like a fan of this guy, but he gets crypto. He gets the use case. It's so much more than that. I mean, if you've been debanked or at least had people trying to debank you, that's a shortcut to understanding crypto. So he gets it. He'll be speaking here at Token 2049. That's in Dubai. That's actually in just a couple of weeks here. It's in 2 weeks. More of that, please. Oh, Murray, is that today? Okay. Vitalik and Ethereum story documentary today on Apple TV and Prime Video. Dude, I just canceled my Prime Video over the weekend. I might get that back just for that. I got so much I need to watch, like catch up on, and I do want to stream it, but I need to still catch up on the roundtable, the SEC roundtable from Friday. I did watch the Netflix NFT documentary, but I want to watch the Vitalik documentary too, badly. And in the meantime, it's just this industry doing its part to expand its reach. Coinbase partnering with the WNBA. Pretty darn cool. Okay. What the hell? I love Caitlin Clark. I think she's so fucking awesome. She's incredible. I think probably everybody I imagine loves Caitlin Clark now. I went back and I bought a Caitlin Clark rookie Top Shot moment. She's a special, like, I mean, player, yes, but like athlete, like bigger than just, the WNBA. I love this partnership. What that looks like. Actually, why don't we play the clip? I don't know. Love it. So what does it look like? It probably looks like stablecoin payments for tickets and memorabilia and merch and all that stuff. Maybe at these venues, guys, it's accepting stablecoins to buy, food. It's probably that too, right? It's probably collectibles. I mean, sky's the limit with these kind of partnerships. But yeah, I mean, this is crypto working its way into just entangling with everything. Here for it, man. Here for it. Couple quick notes about Sweet Fungies. Wallet Connect's token is live. Maybe it already dropped. They had their TGE, but now you can transfer it. Cool. You guys might have got a stimmy here too. I never looked. Actually, I probably did. Never looked, but heads up about that. WCT is the ticker. It's Wallet Connect. You can transfer that now. Pretty cool. Also want to make sure I mention this, guys. We've seen this over the past few weeks for sure, that meme coins are kind of coming back. I don't even want to say kind of, like meme coins are back. This is that period when they're back and most people aren't playing yet. This is a really good time to be in meme coins, right? If you've played a few cycles of meme coins, and I've only played like a couple, and by cycles, it's a few weeks that just absolutely cook. But I can tell you, I have a knack for getting in right before they kick off and everybody's back focused on meme coins. And here's what they feel like. Indicators that some stuff is starting to cook. It means that's when you need to start paying attention. Memes on Abstract, maybe the number one thing you need to be paying attention to. Really, memes on Abstract is it's a big deal. Will be a big deal. I'll say that. But over in the Solana trenches, guys, we had Chicken Jockey and nobody have Matumbo, and it's every few days we get something. In fact, it's daily you're going to catch runners, tokens that make it to 1 million every single day, multiple. But every few days we're seeing tokens that get to 5 mil, 8 mil, 10 mil. Here's one. The token, it's called, guys, the meme coin's called Meme Coin, got to almost 13 mil. There's wins out there. They're here right now. And I bet you, like if I were to poll you guys, a 1 in the chat if you are actively trading meme coins, a 2 if you're not touching them. Like keeping generally aware, but you're not touching them yet. I have a feeling what that's going to look like. A few of you guys, I know you do a lot of meme coining, and I know you're in it, but I would bet you a majority of people here aren't touching them. That's including me. And yeah, I traded Chicken Jockey. That's it though. I'm still not touching them. Yep. Dude, the names I thought I'd see with the ones, got the ones. And even if we don't get a lot of responses, I'm very sure I'm right about this. Like, again, if you've traded 1 or so in the past week, 2, that to me is almost like hands off. Because when it's go time, you're in it. You're in it. You're in and out of multiple tokens, every few hours even. Right now is the time to be looking because I know a majority of people are not back in it. In fact, anybody who put a 1 in the chat, do you agree? Do you agree that it's time to be back in the trenches and looking and that most people are not back in yet? maybe 30% are in, maybe 40. It's not half the people out there. I would say majority are on the sideline right now, waiting to hear these 100 mil runners and whatnot. Right now is the time. Get plugged back into your alpha groups and stay up on this. This is the best time to get ahead of this and make some really good money. It's coming, and it's coming in just a matter of weeks here. Yep. If you're the guy who if during the meme coin cycles when it's hot, if you're the kind of guy who will sit at your computer 10 hours, 12 hours, hell, even like 2-3 hours, if you're the kind of guy who's going to sit there and watch and hunt and trade and get in and out of stuff, and then you're trying to find something that you're early to, if you're that kind of guy, right now is the time. Right now. After work tonight, don't spend time with the family. Don't play video games. Don't do any of that. In fact, it's probably time to lock your family back up in the bedroom or the closet. DGen, absolutely right. Solana trenches are 99% scam. Absolutely. In fact, I want to talk at the tail end about Pump Fund because there's a lot of talk about it. Vitalik had a comment that it's like bad. What was his wording for it? Just bad. And some people calling it a net negative, and I agree with some takes, but ultimately, no. But it is time to lock back in. If you're here to make money and easy money, and I mean that, yes, scams and all, easy money, especially now that the space is, I don't want to say it's been cleaned up, but it's way cleaner than it was when we peaked at Libra. Yeah, it's just the truth. Easier now, less competition, less PvP. All that's still there, but way less than at the peak. When you had a token that would come out and you'd have dozens of copycat tokens. Right now, some of them, if you're early enough, no copycats. Maybe there's 5, maybe 10. It's significantly less. It's much, much easier right now. It won't be for long. When everybody comes rushing in, too late at that point. Yes, you'll make a lot of money then too. Yes, absolutely. But if you want the easiest time to get in, it's now. Yeah, dude, I loved it. That was a great chat. That's Smokey right there. DGen, great point. Again, Abstract is really early. Top meme coin is less than a 15 mil market cap. Yeah. If I were picking one area to focus on, it's not Solana. As great as Solana is, as huge as those meme coins will be again, I agree with Murad with everything. But Abstract has a different kind of potential because it's so early and so new. And when people start seeing others winning over there, they're going to bridge their money over and they're going to trade there. Now, especially when Luca Nets, like he said yesterday or 2 days ago, he's going to be deploying his his ETH into NFTs. Man, he's going to do a lot of that on Abstract. He's going to bring liquidity into Abstract. Degens are going to degen. You're not going to see PFP over there. PvP, excuse me. Jesus. You're not going to see as much PvP over there to start. It'll be like virtuals when that first kicked off, the AI agent meta. Dude, you printed money over there. It was easy because most people weren't there. You didn't have the bad actors there to PvP the thing. Easy money. And then when everybody came over, that's when it got hard. You know? Grandpa, good to see you, man. Degen's right. Degen's saying Abstract, home of real holders, not gamblers. Truthfully, it's both. Gamblers too, but what you don't have is like the worst side of the Solana meme coins. They're not over an Abstract yet trying to just max extract. You know, like launch a token and then dump it within 30 minutes. The second there's any kind of volume, they're out. You know, they'll lock in $1,000 or $500 profit. Those guys aren't over there. Now's the time. Now is the freaking time. Now, okay, if you need more evidence that meme coins are back, God, man, we got the Magic Eden decks coming, and we'll talk about that in a minute too. But big news, big freaking news yesterday from OpenSea. Sorry, you know, it is what it is. It's big news. It's just very telling what people are focusing on. They're focusing on meme coins. OpenSea now focusing on meme coins. You can now trade Solana tokens on OS2. It's pretty awesome. You see what direction people are going. Look, the fees are on fungible tokens. The volumes in fungible tokens. NFTs are fucking awesome. You know how much I love them. They're my favorite. They're my favorite asset here. But it's big money in fungible tokens. And why give that up to Magic Eden and these other dexes when it's not that hard to integrate? And so OpenSea finally doing it. So that's coming, okay? Coins first, and then they are going to bring Solana NFTs as well, and they better bring ordinals. That would be really smart of them to bring ordinals, and I think they will. They're saying most tokens tradable now, more in a few weeks. Dude, it's pretty darn awesome. I think the meme coin trenches are about to cook. And guys, look, Magic Eden is the #1 NFT marketplace in the world, but is it mainstream? I don't think so. That's why I'm actually so bullish on Magic Eden. I think it's only got one direction to go. OpenSea is kind of mainstream. I say kind of. Most normal people don't know what it is, but if they do, if they think of NFTs and if they have any marketplace in mind, they have OpenSea in mind. This is actually really, really big for the meme coin trenches. We'll see. We'll see. But the writing is on the wall with what's coming up here, guys. Let's talk NFTs. Dungeons of Fortune. Smokey, can you just do a quick TLDR in the chat with what that is? Yeah, I'm kind of curious. I don't know what it is, but I don't want to miss good shit. Okay, we'll do the NFT market quick. It is kind of slow out there. By the way, maybe I want to start doing here, I'll show you real quick. You know, so I always go to CryptoSlam, right? I always go to CryptoSlam to show, you know, NFT volume and sales. I might need to start doing let me see. Here we go. I might need to switch that up and start doing our SlamVision explorers. Let me let this load here. This is a product of ours we're not pushing really yet. It's out there live. We're not really promoting this quite yet because there's a lot of features still coming. But Ethereum.slam.vision. This is CryptoSlam 2.0. It's not NFTs. I mean, yes, there's NFTs there. This is everything. This is everything. I might want to start focusing on this so we get a broader perspective on like what's happening out there. It gives us meme coins and, you know, fungible tokens and contracts just in general, and we get a better idea of where the activity actually is. Just a heads up that this is out there. It's worth checking out. Sign up for it. Ethereum.slam.vision. But I thought when I go to CryptoSlam to look NFTs, and then it just hits me. I'm like, man, we've got so much more data that we're not showing on this site yet. We'll show it through our agents. We show it on the SlamVision Explorers, but just interesting. Like, knowing we're not an NFT data company anymore. We're an everything data company. Anyway, let's show the NFT data. Let's do that. Yesterday, 8.8 mil in cross-chain sales. Sellers down, buyers down, transactions up. And then trade. Actually, guys, take notice. Take notice. Trade profits are heading in the right direction, where we have been consistently at $1 million in the negative, 2 million in the negative. This has been, you guys who watch daily, you've seen it. Always $1 million or so in the negative. Well, 2 days ago, it was under 500,000 in the negative. Yesterday, right around 500,000. Today, just 139,000 in the negative. This might be flipping. People might be starting to find more profits here. You got to take notice of that. That usually is one of those leading indicators. People are winning in NFTs. They will stay focused on NFTs. It is just that simple. All right, your top collections here in the past 24 hours. Courtyard on top. No surprise there now, which is crazy, but they kind of locked in that top one spot here. D-Market, Guardian Heroes, Pudgy Penguins, Guardian Avatars. Let me skip the scammy guy. Sorare. Work War Games on B&B. Interesting. Not familiar with it, but I like when we see different chains in the top 10. That's really cool. Bored Apes, Mutant Apes, and let's just peek a little down. I mean, here's another B&B collection that, look, it's not like NFT volume is high, but and so maybe gives some other guys a chance to shine. 94,000 for a project probably none of us have heard of. Blue Samon, Luckamon, whatever. Mad Lad's looking good. I just don't know. There you go. There you go. There's who's moving. Oh, dude, hang on. I did it again. I didn't show the tab. Did I not have this up, guys? I don't think I did. So just a quick view of your top collections. Here are your top sales. Punk 831. It's your #1 sale. 41.6 ETH. It's $68,000. Known origin, we got a sale there. That's obviously an X copy. You can just assume if you see a big known origin sale, it's X copy. A big Sorare sale. Interesting. Fantasy sports, guys. Very cool to see. Anything else that stands out? Not really. Some Bored Apes. Some Pudgy Penguins below that. We will see a flippening or a flappening again. Pudgies will flip. Pudgies will flip Bored Apes again for sure. Yes, here is one of those known origin sales. There's two big ones in the past 24 hours. Here's Irola, 25 ETH. In fact, Zach from Super Rare bought that one. And then here's Taxman Fitting, selling right, at tax time here, 27 ETH. It's X copy season. And like I'm saying with leading indicators, X copy sales are big time leading indicators. DGen, I'm going to pull it up. You're right to bring that up, guys. Or dude. Check it. Big. Well, we talked about it on the stream yesterday. Final Bossu. We were pointing out when the public sale was. I hope some of you guys got in. It was a big win. Abstract is really rounded a corner here, and I think it already had. I think Abstract's been great from the start. But those NFTs really starting to pick up steam, right? Some of us here got the Clara NFT from our whitelist. Thank you again to Max and the Kindred team. That was fucking awesome. We're gonna ramp up the whitelists over here because there's a lot of winners. Final Bossu, I think it minted at 0.05 ish, give or take 0.012, whatever. 0.18 on secondary now. Cook. Like 3,000 NFTs were up a public sale. I think they sold out in a matter of like minutes, like 5 or less. But you've got a big win there. Look at that. That's okay. Hang on. I'm going to math in my head now. I think the price is different than I said. They minted, I think, at like $222, right? So that had to put them over. Oh, dude. Wow. I forget how low ETH is right now. $222 is like, dude, the price of ETH is crazy right now. Anyway, these probably minted at like 0.1 ish. Future, good to see you, man. What's the end game for NFTs? Or are we hitting product market fit now? Okay, this might sound crazy. End game for NFTs, it is pure collectibles like on Bitcoin, but end game for NFTs is the fantasy land we lived in the last cycle. It's that. Like the thing that got us so hyped for NFTs when we all first got in, that's 0.013 or 0.13 something. I think it's like 0.13, right? Yeah, it's got to be 0.13. Because 0.1 would put it at like $160 if they minted it. Yeah. Oh, okay. End game for NFTs. It's a really good question. Product market fit is everything we fantasized about last cycle. Your digital identity, access to IRL things and virtual things, and that's kind of it. Perks, what it gets you, access it gets you. It's all those things. And what happened is we didn't realize the potential in any of that because the metaverse didn't actually exist. Even though, okay, it's a whole other conversation. I think the metaverse is here and that we live in it. And the metaverse was born the second the internet was born. I think that was the metaverse. But as far as like a tangible place that our assets, interoperable and we can go plug them into that thing and that ecosystem and that one, and we all hang out in this spot. Like when that happens is when NFTs really live up to their potential. Ownership. Right? NFT being your ownership or your stake in like a company. Those are the things that's the real product market fit. So again, it's all the things we dreamed of last cycle that people couldn't really push and build because of the SEC. Now they can. It's things like Rec Guy and giving ownership of the wrecked brands to their holders. I still think Luca Nets is going to make Igloo Inc. owned by Pudgy Penguins. That's my wild card bet. I think that's going to happen. And that's like the potential. That's the potential NFTs I believe are going to live up to. It's your metaverse persona. It unlocks you access all over the place. Different metaverses, different IRL, all the things we loved before. We were just too early. We're still early. So their final form is exactly what we thought they were. It's just that the rest of the world wasn't ready for it yet. That's my thought, at least. And other than that, again, pure collectibles. There's nothing I'm more bullish on than pure collectibles, and that's why ordinals. That's why ordinals. Interesting, Grandpa. Grandpa's saying Final Bossu the next Azuki. I like those kind of takes. Interesting. Yeah, dude. Don't get me FOMOing into this stuff. Jeez. Man, Future. I really like that. It was a new, We like romanticized a lot of things last cycle. It was a new way to do things. You know, that included the royalties thing. And it's like, I still see a potential where that scenario, all of that plays out. I really do. I really do. But it's why I think we haven't seen at all the peak of this NFT market. And I don't mean this cycle, we're going to see something crazy, but I do think we're just a cycle away from NFTs blowing away 2021 and 2022 type sales and volume. I believe that. But that's when all those pieces really come into place and NFTs really, you know, fulfill their potential there. Anyway, abstract NFTs looking really solid, like really, really solid. It's great to see people winning over there. And while we're here, why don't we just spot check some other floors? Solana, which is wild how little people talk about Solana NFTs now. Now, I still think they're going to do great. I still think, like, I'm really bullish on Mad Lads still. I still think the cult NFTs are going to come back in a big way. But man, you know, for me, it's Ordinals. That's my number one. Ordinals is my number one. And honestly, Abstract's my number two. I mean that, ahead of ETH, ahead of anything. As far as ecosystems I like, I really do think Abstract is going to become a mainstream blockchain. Like, just that's where you onboard people. I really do think that's going to play out. So Bitcoin, Abstract are my two biggest focuses, favorite ecosystems. Where are Taproot Wizards? Must not have had any sales here, or every so often they kind of fall off. Like, as in either no sales or maybe it's like a technical error. Am I just missing them? Uh, 0.179. They might have had no sales in the past 24 hours. That's possible. Airhead's doing well after some Rune Dex issues. Anyway, I just want to spot check this. We're not going to stay on this. On the ETH side, a lot of red over there. Not bad. But yeah, just a peek at floor prices. Good stuff. Good stuff. There's my sweet Good Vibes Club. I still think, man, imagine if GVC minted on Abstract. They were supposed to, guys. Like, their plan was to mint on Abstract. I wonder, Dan, I wonder if they would have seen the kind of success they saw, or if they would have kicked off like the just wild part of like an Abstract NFT run. I'm not sure which, because these are like my favorite from this cycle. These are like my favorite, and I have some. I love them. Love Good Vibes Club. Them on Abstract would be like this perfect storm. Although part of what makes them awesome is their provenance on ETH, right? It is what it is. Ordinals constrained by file size used to be a problem. It's not now because of some cool protocol, like, you know, tech upgrade, like recursive. There's ways you can pack a lot into that 4 megs. Oh, dude, I like this. Future, I think you've brought this up before. What's the NFT collection called? Because I think you've brought it up before and we pulled it up. Oh, sorry. I even misunderstood that. Like, Uniswap or Unichain does have an NFT project, but the most valuable NFT collection is Uniswap or UniV3. Yeah, it's like these liquidity positions, right? I always thought that was fascinating. Like, you provide liquidity, you get an NFT, and I believe you can trade your position then. But yeah, so we used to have a hell of a problem because we used to track that. In fact, we still do track it on CryptoSlam. I just think it's not on the main page. But check this out. We used to track those NFTs, and they would blow away, dude. They would blow away every other NFT collection's volume, because an NFT would be minted every time you provide liquidity. And so you would see just like billions in volume. And so then you would never have a fair looking leaderboard because of that. I think we disabled that leaderboard. Yeah, we did. It was something like this. Fan tokens. The numbers were crazy. Again, it dwarfed any other NFT collection. So we have all that data. In fact, we probably see that then on our SlamVision Explorers. But yeah, it's a good shout, Future. Oh, Hudah, yeah, they reversed their policy. OpenSea allowed your stolen assets, which were reported and blocked for trading. Yes, like 3-4 weeks ago, OpenSea rolled back their policy of blocking stolen assets. You have to file a police report. It's all you can do. Yeah, it's all you can do. Platforms will not help with that anymore. I wrestle with that. Part of me thinks they shouldn't, because then it's their full-time job to police this stuff. There's so much theft. But then again, it sucks. Yeah, all you can do if you have stolen stuff is police report. The end. There's nothing else. Couple other NFT topics here. Beeple has an everyday that's heading to Sotheby's. Love this one. That one's so cool. It's called Amazon Mobile Site. Basically a future take on what Amazon looks like. Hudah, police report already done. Yeah, then that you did what you can. You did it. I hope they can recover for you, dude. Really, really do. And here's the Beeple site on Sotheby's. $28,000 bid right now, expected to fetch between $50,000 and $70,000. Beeple, I was talking to my wife over the weekend about Beeple. I'm like, you know Beeple, right? And she does, by the way. She does. Like, I talk about this stuff enough. She knows who Beeple is, but like, do you get what he is? Like, how significant? Like that he's like, he will be like an Andy Warhol or you know, some of the biggest names in art history. He'll be talked about in those conversations one day. It's really crazy that we're so close to that here. And man, I believe it. I believe it. All right, I got to move along quickly because, man, Human One is so bonkers, dude. It's so crazy. I love that style of his where he's got the physical, you know, kind of display. So cool. Dude, he's amazing. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Awful Eye. Yes, you. Yes, you. Fucking amazing. Yeah. I own one Awful Eye NFT and I love it. I fucking love it. Bro, it was expensive and I was happy to pay it. I love it. All right, some dude here. This is actually really interesting. I'm watching. Okay, this dude, Andrew Weitzman, bought 1,402 other deeds. It's probable. Yeah. 1,402 other deeds. Interesting. That's a big sale. Probably got him at a really big discount. Probably some kind of package deal where he got a rare in there too. But pay attention because, what is it, April? May? We are 2 months away, guys. We are just weeks away at this point from the other side going live, like actually live. Actually live. Oh, yeah, dude. Appreciate that. Like and follow. It helps a ton. Like on the YouTube side, please. Here on Abstract. And again, we've got an awesome guest. We have Loki coming on the afternoon show, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Like and follow. I'm going to go back after the show today and follow back everybody who follows me here. So just got to put that out there. Weeks away, like 8 weeks away from the other side going live in the way we were hoping for 3 years ago. The persistent metaverse. Right? That's going live. It's not just these one-off events. It's not Poker Night. It's not Project Dragon. Those are still coming. But the other side metaverse will be live 24/7. Finally, that's coming up in June. Somebody's getting ready for it. Somebody's getting ready for it. So I'm watching. I expect a lot of big news out of Yuga Labs here over the next couple months. I hope that the other side is a big splashy thing, and it has a huge chance to be because there's the potential that AI starts cooking again. At the same time, metaverse starts cooking again, and you put those together, you've got the ingredients for a super cycle, the omni cycle, everybody was calling it, right? You have the ingredients there. You do. You really do. Yeah, make no mistake, the other side's going to be full of AI agents. It will, and it'll be awesome. It will not feel like empty. It won't be dead. Remember Decentraland and stuff, which I love? They were dead. There weren't people there. Man, you're going to have AI agents all over these things, and they'll feel alive. They do feel alive. We talk to them still in the timeline mostly. Actually, the ones that people stopped working on, you could feel they're not good. You could feel they can't trick you into thinking they're a human. Some are good. We're going to see a bunch of them in the other side metaverse and other metaverses. But dude, we got to keep our eyes on when these narratives and meta shift. It's coming. Well. Okay. I like that. All right, cool shit. That's pretty cool. In the Yuga ecosystem, ApeCoin NFT staking. We knew it's migrating to ApeChain. Yeah, I think this is basically staking your Yuga assets. And I don't remember if this is via their shadow NFTs, right? You own an NFT on ETH, you get the shadow version on ApeChain. But if you used to be able to stake your NFTs on ETH, you're not anymore. You stake it on the ApeChain side. That starts today, actually. So if you're in the Yuga ecosystem, just pay attention. Oh, that's a new update. Okay. So they block it for 3 months, then they reopen it. They got so much backlash for locking it. I get why. And this is how I get it. I've bought assets that were stolen that I didn't know they were stolen. Like I bought it. For example, a piece I have an offer on, and then it gets stolen. Guy accepts the bid, and then I'm stuck with a, in one case, Rafiq Anadol piece, like expensive, that I couldn't sell. And I get it. It's like in real life, you can't sell stolen goods either. But yeah, it's a tricky scenario, dude. Heads up, Doodles restocked their online shop. They got some cool looking shit. I'll say that. I'm not a okay. I root for everybody. I say that often, and I do. And I am rooting for Doodles, and I like that they're going AI. I don't know what it is about them. Where I don't feel a push to support. I could tell you, okay, this is probably, maybe it's petty, whatever. I'm an open book. I've tried to get them on this show a few times. They ignore it every single time I've asked. Every time. And then I see them on other shows. I'm like, all right, okay. It makes me not want to support them when they won't support people who want to talk about them. Still, I root for them. I hope they do well. And if this were Pudgy Penguins or somebody else, I'd probably be buying this right now. It makes me not want to. Those are really cool. Now, that's interesting, Cutie. They should keep the stolen status on it. Then as a buyer, you're at risk. If you sell it, or if you hold it, it could go bye-bye. Like if the police report, if the investigation is followed through with, they could order you to have to transfer it. That maybe should stay. That's the right compromise. Make it tradable, but it always has that stolen flag. That's actually, I don't know, at least right here, right now, like on the spot thinking, like I that's probably the right middle ground. Okay, Magic Eden. This is a big week for Magic Eden. Big, huge. Okay, I'm just connecting some dots here. Season 2 of Emmy rewards and like farming and whatever, right? Comes April 17th. I'm assuming that April 17th is also going to be the kickoff of their decks, right? They acquired Slingshot. You're going to trade fungible tokens. You already could, but in a big way on Magic Eden. I have a feeling the Slingshot decks goes live also on April 17th, which is pretty damn cool. Do runes go live at the same time? I don't think so. I don't think we see runes trading day one. I think within a couple weeks we do, and I do expect runes to cook. But yeah, this is spicy, and they're going to have revenue sharing, 100% revenue sharing. So I think that's going to be tied to Emmy holders staking, doing the quests, but the revenue, probably from meme coin trading that they make, is probably going right to Emmy stakers. That's how I'm reading into this. But yeah, Magic Eden's got a lot coming. I think this is huge for them. And I actually think it's huge for, runes in general. If we see volume increase, in a big way on runes, I don't know, man. It might be the time we finally get, these sexes in, like Binance, Coinbase. It might be time. I figured it was a matter of time anyways. They needed to see, here's the thing. These exchanges needed to see that runes aren't a flash in the pan, right? That they have some staying power and that there's people willing to trade them, right? You're going to do that before you dedicate resources and money to build out the infrastructure to trade them. You're not going to go spend that money if it feels like another token standard that's going to die, like Atomicals died. BRC20s, I think they do okay, but you're not going to go build that infrastructure if you're not convinced they're going to stay. They might have proved that they're around enough. Now, the big thing will be if they get a ton of volume from the Magic Eden decks. If they do, yeah, I bet these decks the centralized exchanges are coming. I bet they are. So we need to be watching for that. But especially take advantage of a time like right now. because we just had 3 Rune dexes get fucked. This is kind of crazy. And I see some conspiracy theories out there. I see conspiracy. Oh, dude, Judy, I'm coming back to that point. That's a good point about OpenSea token. Yeah, there's things on the horizon still, guys, that are going to put some liquidity in our hands. I'll come back to that. But dexes on Bitcoin, 3 of them: Rich Swap, Odin Fund. Is that Odin Fund? Yeah. And then Runes Dex. All of them got compromised. I know some people are pointing fingers at the founder of them. I think it's one person, people saying, yeah, this might not be just like a random compromise. This could be planned. Maybe we got those kind of people here. I don't know. I lean towards you get the benefit of the doubt. And I think that it was a legit compromise. Now, the person, Bob Bodley, this is the guy who's behind those 3 dexes, said there is a smart contract that had a vulnerability. All 3 of them used it. All 3 were compromised at the same time. Only affected 10 users. And those guys are going to be made whole, it sounds like. Interesting. Makes me just want to not use those kind of platforms. And it's why I never used Odin.fun. Especially because there's this guy named Yellow Doodle who, like, 6 weeks ago posted that he used the site and his wallet got compromised right after. And because he's the only one talking about it, everyone's like, actually, it wasn't even a big story, but the people who knew him and saw the post are like, no, you probably clicked something else. I don't know now. He might have been one of the first ones. It might be more than 10 people. It might have happened to him 6 weeks ago. So I told a buddy who knows this guy, I'm like, he should probably reach out. And they should look at that and see if it was part of this compromise, just like an early test. It could be. Just be very careful out there, guys. But all this tells me still, again, if Magic Eden does well with runes, I think the big exchanges, man, I think they're coming. Now, if this is true right here, and I don't know if it is, this story here that Binance has enabled rune deposits and withdrawals, that's a story that's out there, not from somebody I know. Maybe I've seen the name before. I don't know him enough to where I would say I trust this, but that's potentially a really big story. From 99 Bitcoins. I don't know this person. They got some follows. Binance enables Bitcoin rune deposits. And if that's true, that feels to me like they're setting the stage. It feels like they're setting the stage for rune onboarding. It might be fake. Okay, so grain of salt with that one, but if that's possible, man, if that's possibly true, we might have some really cool stuff coming. The Magic Internet Money rune, there was a migration process that is now closed. Keep an eye on this. I don't know how this one plays out, but they're giving away $12 million worth of this token. I think they're going by market cap, right? But they're basically taking their tokens that weren't claimed in this migration. They're going to airdrop it to, first off, people who missed the migration. But they're going to give some of this out to just anybody. It's like a retweet kind of thing. Hop in their Discord. It's not going to be 12 million bucks. Again, it's X number of tokens at some kind of market cap. And it's mostly for people who missed the migration. But probably worth it's probably worth trying here. Probably. Okay. I was thinking of this just the other day. We got the dude token drop coming in the next week or two, right? We got some tokens coming still, guys. There's liquidity that's going to make its way out there. Dude tokens coming. I don't think that'll be a big deal. But we do have the abstract token that's coming. And I know when you look at Pangu, you start thinking, who cares? Well, it's going to matter a lot when this market kicks back into gear. These things are going to balloon right back up. I'm not one of those people who thinks that, when a token kind of pulls back like it has, it's game over. I don't think so at all. I think a lot of these tokens are going to blow past their all-time highs. A lot of them. Yeah, and by the way, 99% of them are dead. Maybe it's more like 95% are dead. I think there's a lot of good coins with really strong communities, and I think a lot of these are going to come back and surprise people. And it just speaks to how much money is going to come back to this space. But we got the OpenSea token coming too, and they have a real opportunity here. If they want to be serious players in this industry again, they have an opportunity to really put some money in people's pockets here. They really do, and they could really win back some mind share here. If OpenSea blows people away with their drop, they might do it. But that's on the horizon. If you want to participate in airdrop farming, go heavy on Kato list. Yes. Yep. Yep, dude. Yeah, they just listed a couple days ago. There's a new pre-TGE dashboard for an AI project. What are they called? Logic Q? Is it called like Logic Q AI? I think is it. Dude, go get on Cato. Get on Cato and farm. Just get on Cato and farm. I'm going to drop my referral link there. Because why not? Because why not? There is no reason to not sign up, honestly, because all you have to do is tweet like you already are. And if you don't tweet a lot, it's fine. You probably still are going to earn some yaps anyway. But the more you tweet, the more they seem to reward. And there's people like on the prompt drop last week didn't tweet at all about that platform, and they still earned. So it's well worth getting on that platform. 1000%. Got to do it. Okay, here's a conversation. Man, we don't have much time. And Rocky, good to see you, man. Okay, we don't got much time, and I got to prep for the Loki chat later today. But there is a conversation about pump fun. Is it good? Is it bad for crypto? And again, this stems from Vitalik coming out and saying man, I wish I could remember the words, like the soul, it's bad for the soul. It was something in that vein, like just not good. And I couldn't disagree more. I don't know, man. I liked Vitalik. And then the more he talks, the more I realize, like, maybe he changed. I don't think it's that, but I don't think I align with a lot of what he thinks and says. I mean, it's weird. I got this hippie fucking side to me where I kind of get it. As somebody who's about decentralization, I have a hard time with that take. If pump fun is a net negative as far as the value, it's a net positive as far as like an experience, a potential experience. This place wants to gamble. It just is what it is. That's what this space values, gambling and the casino. Again, you can argue that it's a net negative as far as you could measure it, money coming out of the ecosystem, but I don't think that's the only way to measure things. Your time is worth money. If people are enjoying their time using the platform, and it's a lot of people, it adds in that way. It's a whole other conversation. Yeah, I was gonna take that a little deeper. I don't think we need to right here, right now. We could probably save that for tomorrow. Okay, so then in the meantime, hang on, let me see. This is a tweet from Slingshot. I just want to see if this is live today. I can't, dude. Slingshot's going to be amazing. You know, with Magic Eden again, USDC trading. I mean, it's live already. Well, actually, no. Maybe the new version is not. But it's a big deal when it drops. Okay. Let's do one last reminder here. Reminder, smash the like. Definitely that reminder. But also subscribe over on YouTube on Crypto Slam. And I like the arena, Red Dollar. I like SocialFi. I think SocialFi is going to work one day. I like it. I liked Friendtech, and I like Warpcast, and I like this new AI one. What is it called? What's the new AI thing? Social Fun? Is it so? I think it's social.fun. It's like Reddit with AI agents with it. I like all that stuff. I think SocialFi one point is going to be the way social media platforms work. But again, probably another conversation here. Yes, smash the like on the show. Subscribe over here, Crypto Slam on YouTube at 2 p.m. Eastern time today. We got an incredible guest coming on the Swarm Report. It is, I don't know if he's the founder. I should probably know this shit, right? Core dev at Loki. There you go. Will be in the Swarm with us. So the Swarm and Loki, part of the AI ACP Swarm with virtuals. Where's Loki here? Loki is in. I can't even see that. Come on. Let's zoom in. Okay, Loki is in a group of on-chain auditors. The Swarm and DGen-C are in confirmation. Gigabrain's in there as well. AIXBT in the Swarm as well. Dude, this is an all-star Swarm. AIXVC is the head of the swarm. Okay. So we got Loki on the show again, 2 p.m. Eastern time, along with Scott on the Crypto Slam side from the swarm. We'll be getting into what the ACP is and what it looks like and how's the progress on the ACP. A lot of cool stuff. And we'll have a lot more conversations like that too. So there we go. We'll see you there in a couple of hours. Guys, have a great freaking day. Fingers crossed for this market. Also pay your taxes. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you in a bit. Peace.